Barry,
Oh God! And what?
thanks so much for coming on and doing
No,
this.
it's a pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
But I've got to start saying I used to be scared of you as a 12-year-old.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to work it out.
I think I probably do frighten 12-year-olds. I just don't frighten anybody else. I certainly don't frighten my wife. So
I think I used to see on the TV and think he'd tell me off if he saw me.
I think a lot of people sort of took me. I think probably because my accent and whatever, they always take me. They forget I'm a chartered accountant, and some of them think I'm a gangster, which is
right.
Which is stupid, really. But they associate because you're in boxing and because you're a bit of a mouth, you know, that you must be a bit of it.
Well, it's a scary world, isn't it, boxing?
Yeah,
So we're all a bit.
Yeah, I think it is until you know it and you realise they're all softies, really.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, because they're emotionally distressed. I don't know a boxer that hasn't started boxing to prove something. You know, maybe they got bullied at school, maybe they were from an immigrant family or something and got, you know, isolated in their community. Sometimes they had a speech impediment like Mike Tyson, a lisp, all these little things. You ask them, how do you get used to being punched in the face? So you've got to be on a mission of some type, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Actually, Barry, I've got to ask, as you mentioned him, I hope you don't mind us jumping around all over the place, but what was it like watching Mike Tyson up close in the ring?
Well, I mean, I was with him on the street, never mind in the ring. I mean, I used to go out with him and, you know, we still talk. He's a scary little bugger. Because he seems to be, again, you see, I'm not a psychiatrist, but you feel you should be. You know, Custamato, his first manager, was homosexual and obviously, you know, looked after a lot of young boys. His next manager was also homosexual. But then he went into there with Don King. So he sort of went from having an environment of people loving him and putting their arms around him and looking after him to going into the world with Don King. And of course, I think he was the most brilliant fighter I've ever seen up to about 21, 22. And then when he found out about the world, he sort of slipped away a bit, you know?
Right.
And drinks, drugs, whatever, women, you know, all that sort of stuff. But he was the most naturally violent person I think I've ever met. And even in his company, every now and again, you know, you'd be talking to him about boxing, lovely, and then a little twitch had come, and you'd think, well, just check where the door is.
Wow. Really? Never felt comfortable, totally comfortable.
No, because he's a short fuse merchant. I think he
wouldn't punch us, would he?
I think he. Depends
think he'd have a little think about
it. I wouldn't turn up if I'm honest, even if there was 500 quid in it. I would.
No. Well, the last time I haven't sat down with him for years now, but we used to sit down and talk in Vegas and things like that. And he used to make me laugh, and he was a lovely, lovely man. But then something would just, you know, I remember trying to film a promo with him in my suite in Vegas, and all he had to say was, "My name's Mike Tyson. Don't miss Prize Fighter this weekend live on Sky." I mean, quite simple. After about the 14th take, I thought he was going to tear my head off. He was getting so frustrated, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he's softened now. I think he's in better hands. And he said to me the last time he said to me, he just got married. He said, "I've got a new wife now." He said, "She won't let me take the milk bottles off the doorstep." I said, that sounds fabulous, Mike. Why is that? He said, because the last time I did, I disappeared for 5 days.
Really?
You know, I used to say to him, "You've wasted a lot of your money." He said, "Barry, I would spend $6 million on a weekend and have no idea where it had gone."
Wow.
You imagine a life like that.
Amazing.
I saw an interview with him. He said, the way he viewed money, he said, he'd spend it all. He didn't see the point of me not going balmy, basically. He said,
because I think it came too easy after a while, and then of course he lost it from various reasons, and then he realised he didn't really have that many friends that he thought he had when he was giving everybody money. So it's a sad, you know, boxers are a different breed of people altogether, you know, a different breed, and that's why they produce entertainment beyond normal sporting events.
Barry, did you have anything to do with the Bruno Tyson fight over there?
No, I mean, Bruno was with Mickey Duff in those days.
Okay.
I had Bruno for Bruno Bugno in 1987, which was my first big fight. And I trained with Frank a lot. I had a gym in, obviously in Romford where the Matchroom boys all used to train. And I was fairly fit in those days, running marathons and stuff like that. And I used to train with Frank, and he was an animal in the gym. I mean,
was he?
No, but he pushed himself. I mean, he had this very straightforward approach. I think it was very straightforward because he'd come through the ranks. He'd always been told what to do, and he did it instinctively. So he knew at 4 o'clock in the morning, did his run, come home, went to bed, got up at 9, had a little bit of breakfast, went to the gym, came back, went to sleep, got up at 6, went to the gym. And that was, he liked that type of life. But he was a specimen, and he worked in the gym like he had a tremendous work ethic. Yeah. Tremendous work. But that's all he knew. So when he finished boxing, of course, he came into this whole different world about what do I do now? And it's an interesting question to ask, because you get conditioned. We all get conditioned to something or other. Yeah. Boxers get conditioned to being hit in the face and hitting other people in the face. But they also, that training gives them a regulatory side of their life, which is actually quite good for them because it stops them going off to get into trouble or drink or drugs. But when it stops, it's like a different world. And all of a sudden you're lost. You're like Frank was like little boy lost when he retired.
Yeah, it's been documentaries about it, hasn't it?
Yeah. But he's come through it. To his credit, he's come through it,
And in the gym, in the ring, was he way better than everyone else?
Not really. No.
He wasn't.
No. I mean, he was there for a long time. He won a world title. You can never take that away from him. He was a good fighter. But Lennox Lewis exposed him a little bit. He was technical rather than...
Right.
I always felt Frank should have apologised when he hit you. Sorry about that. he was too nice a bloke,
Really? Are they rare?
When he fought Tyson the second time, he actually clipped Tyson with a really good shot. And it was almost like, oh, sorry, Mike. Sorry, I didn't really mean that.
Yeah.
But he was a very, very good fighter. But
how did he get into it then? If he wasn't, is it
it's like your mum and dad puts you in? You're on the street, you're living in that type of area, that type of environment. You're an athletic bloke. Obviously, he's always been a big fella, got a great build. So he's going to go into something, and he chose boxing. And he had some friends that used to fight and things like that. But it is a tremendous discipline for kids that need discipline.
Right. Yeah.
And actually, in today's world, most of them need discipline. These kids walking around with knives on them, things like that. If they went in a gym, they would be insulted to carry a knife, because it's not really the thing to do.
Did you ever get in the ring with any of them?
No, I was pathetic. I was awfully bad at boxing.
Right.
I grew up wanting to be heavyweight champion of the world. I used to watch the little black and white Pathé News clips at the cinema and think Rocky Marciano was a legend, But when I did get around to having a go at it, I loved it, and I was absolutely shite.
What, you've been in the ring? You have had a go?
Yeah, of course. I was still sparring when I was 46, 47.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I like
What's it like being punched in the face in the ring?
You don't really feel it at the time because it's quite an adrenaline rush sport. But for me, I was very fortunate. I broke my shoulder sparring with a heavyweight, and it sort of stopped me getting carried away and thinking I was any good, because I knew I wasn't. So, but the last person I went in the ring was with my son Eddie, when he got a bit. I thought he was getting a bit leery as a public school boy. So I said, we'll see. And he was a big lump.
He's spoken about this, isn't he?
Yeah. He dropped me in the second round twice.
What a lovely son.
I know, a lot of people misread that, and they say, how can you... Because I hit him with the first shot I think I threw, I hit him a sweep. Landed flush, and he didn't go down. So I thought I could have a trouble here. And a lot of people said, how can you hit your son? I said, I don't think you understand the life we lead.
Yeah.
You know, we're very competitive. That's not like a punch. That's like a biting. It's like a biting remark.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
And he answered all the questions I had. And I left that day much happier than he did. So it was a good experience. But people misinterpret it sometimes. It's not bullying. It's just finding out about people. I had to find out. And he answered. And it was never done again. And I said to my wife, I'll never put gloves on again in my life. And I didn't. I'm 47.